Morning, guys. This is the end of June. Well, I think tomorrow is the first day of July. Whenever this goes up, someday this week, I thought I'd bring you up to date on what's going on and what's happening in the garden, what's not happening in the garden. And we've just had an amazing rain. I probably didn't mention this is Western West Virginia, Zone 6B. And like everyone, we've had extreme heat. And so this rain was very much welcome. My rain barrel was empty and it's full. But most of all, I just want to show you how things look after a heavy rain when the garden is so mature and everything sometimes can get pushed down to the ground. And will they come back? Sure they will. But anyhow, let's talk about some things that we've done in the past. We did cut back some sedum. I just noticed we have plenty of roots. So if anyone would like any sedum autumn joy starts, you are welcome to just message me. I may go ahead and plant these up in pots, and if you come to visit, you're going to get one. Just saying. Hope you have room. But anyhow, what I want to talk about too while we're up here, I love my dappled willow tree. I formed this out of a shrub. What you can do, I don't have my pruners right here, but throughout the summer, if you can see in here, Reg, I do keep these little suckers.
Well, you're right in front of everything.
Am I okay?
Crap.
Okay, so I go in here, and you can use your pruners or just your fingers and de-sucker this little shrub, which I'm turning into a tree, and I love it up here. It's so airy. I'm thinking about putting it down in the island bed. And Reg and I,
yeah, that'd be a good idea.
it'd be pretty.
Yeah,
We'd give it a lot of interest. But we were running around today, and I saw some small dappled willow shrubs that I thought, if I do that in the garden, I still want one here because I love how
Try to get it in more a tree form than, are you trying, is that what you're
yeah,
trying to
I want
do?
it to be a tree form. And that's what I'm doing, and it looks like that, you know?
Yeah.
Because this is the second or third year probably, yeah. The other tree, which I love on the deck, is this beautiful PG hydrangea. It's third year, and wow. I mean, you can see the pollinators love it, but I love when it starts going to its pink shades, full of blooms. It's just another, for small gardens, I want to suggest this too, for anyone who has a small garden like I do, you can plant these in pots and they grow to whatever the pot size they have. Will I ever take this out of the pot? Maybe, but not in a while because it's so healthy. It's doing so well.
It looks great right there too.
It does. And I do treat this like roses, so I give it fertilizer at least once a month. When it's a blooming shrub or tree, that's what I've been doing, and it's really helped it. Plus the clematis in here, it should rebloom at some point in time. This is Ramona, and so I'm hoping that she is a class 2, so she will rebloom. But anyhow, those are the trees. I've got to get my blueberry. I've gotten, oh gosh, probably, I don't know, a pint or a quart of blueberries off of this already, and the birds hadn't found it until this morning. Reggie said there were 2 in here. So
mockingbirds.
Yeah, so whatever the mockingbirds found, I've got some netting.
He called other friends too. He said, hey.
Yeah, the berries are ready.
Over here.
So I've got some, netting that I will put a couple of these thin bamboo sticks in here, throw the netting over, and that really prevents it because I love my blueberries. They're delicious. But as we come down here, I want to show you that I haven't deadheaded any of my daylilies yet, and by now you've probably seen a couple of my daylily videos, which I love. And the first thing I normally do is deadhead because I think it looks messy without it. But I'm standing here, I'm thinking I don't notice so much the dead daylily buds until I'm walking through and doing it. But they still look nice, and they needed the rain. I have several that aren't in bloom. And I'll show you what's happened in the garden. I'll show you what to look for, too, in the garden to confirm that there's deer pressure. If you don't notice deer pressure in your garden, I can show you.
Well, you know how we notice deer pressure? With the deer standing right in the middle of the yard.
Yeah, the deer in the middle of the yard is number one.
In the middle of the day.
And yeah, I was sitting on the river deck the other day in the morning, and the deer was 2 doors over. And I said, please don't come over. And he just, from a standing position, jumps up over their chain link fence. Yeah. And he was coming my way, and I just said, please don't. But anyhow, but I'm going to show you other things that are happening. This all looks so great. Plenty of tomatoes. I tell you, It's been a great summer. I'm taking a lot of things down into the garden because there's things to do. I'll show you when I get down here. I'll meet you at the garden. Oh, Rach, before you come down here, take a picture of our coreopsis. Get a close-up of that. Look at the blooms on this coming out. What I love about the coreopsis, it'll stay in bloom clear through, gosh, September. And not only do the bees like it, but the butterflies like it too. But that shade of purpley blue is just so pretty. I love it. So I'll be showing you what's happening now and what's going to happen and all of those things today. But what I have done, a friend of mine gave me generational beans, pole beans, her fat man beans, I think she calls them. So what I did this week is I went in and direct seeded my beans right here in my little veggie garden. And these poles, aren't these cool? These are bamboo poles. My neighbor across the river, he has a rental property, and on it, he inherited a stand of bamboo, which he controls every week.
He cuts that thing every week.
Yeah, if you haven't seen bamboo grow, it's a lot of fun. Because overnight, he can cut the bamboo down to the ground, and it's out of the ground 2 to 3 feet, maybe a couple feet. I may be exaggerating.
Oh, definitely.
But he's kept it. And what's nice is he brought me over half a dozen of the poles. I asked his wife, and they make great TP structures that hopefully these beans will climb up. And the beans, when you direct seed them, like I did just this week, they can be harvested probably the end of August. Our weather's good, and they'll harvest till we get our first frost. So that's a fun thing to get going. And I've got tomatoes on my little hillbilly tomato plant, lots of peppers, the lunchbox, and then banana peppers. Those are my favorites. And we'll see what kind of squash this is. I'm thinking it's probably going to be a spaghetti squash because we like spaghetti squash. The other thing blooming are my bubble bath alliums. They weren't out the last time I think I did a video.
They're really just so, I want to say dainty.
They are dainty. And look, Japanese beetles.
Oh yeah, they're killing it.
You know, a couple years ago I did make a mixture up, and the best thing to do is to pick them off. I mean, when I made that one mixture, maybe I had some in there, but at this point I let the Japanese beetles do their thing, and then they'll be gone. And
look at the color on these coneflowers.
Yeah, it's just so bright and pretty.
Very pink.
I know.
Yeah.
They came through like just from seeds. What I want to show you over here, I'm going to leave these here because my pepper plants have, from the wind last night, I'm going to get those up and propped up. But right here, let me show you what happened last night. And I went through the garden early this morning. I thought, wow, all of my daylilies look great. I keep spraying. I didn't see any buds taken off. This is this Reggie's brown-eyed girl? No, that's Reggie's brown-eyed girl. I forget what's here. But all of my blooms look great. And then I start walking.
What is this?
This is definitely...
That's deer scat.
Deer scat.
That's dogs.
That was probably deer scat too, maybe. And it got rained on. And then the best sign is, look at this. This is one daylily that just had one bloom on it yesterday. And I don't remember the name of it, and I haven't made it's a beautiful one. Look at this.
Gone.
Gone.
Right to the nub.
Gone.
And they came over here a little bit, but
on
then
Indian
stopped.
Giver, yes. Swirling Waters, gone.
Got that.
Yeah, I mean, Tom Wise, this, gone. No, this is Struthers Ball. Oh, darn.
That's a good one.
Took all of those out.
Yeah. That's about as far as they got. They stayed on this side, it looks like.
They stayed on, well, and but if they probably did. But what I'm going to do, I bought my more liquid fence. I'll give it all a little spray, and I'll watch the deer scat. And it's not that I don't mind the deer taking a few buds, but for the plants that haven't had a chance to bloom, because I have Look Here Mary, and I have Savannah Debutante up there that haven't bloomed, and Salome Ethel Smith is just starting to bloom, a sweet little tiny one. Let me show you this girl. And I want the ones that haven't had a chance to bloom. Isn't this sweet? And look at all the buds yet. So I'll give all of those a little swish a little swish of the liquid fence. They recommend you don't spray, look at that, until the buds dry off. So we're getting a breeze and it's going to rain again for a few days, but I want these to try and bloom. They haven't touched the roses. I'm also going to be pruning back my, there's just a few jobs to do in July. Really, the garden's just so lush and looking good outside of, cleaning off spent blooms on my sweet little zinnias. I'll go through and cut those back. But all of my catmint, I will go through and cut off those spent blooms. And you don't have to be real picky with catmint. Just give that a nice shear across here and it will bloom back. Like I said, the rain has been messy. So if you have catmint, all different shapes and sizes, it's, I think another reason too, it is a deterrent to your deer if there's anything scented. So we'll cut that back. I'm going to stake up my, where the wind has blown down, my yarrow. I don't like things that flop. So we'll get that tied up a little bit today. What else do I have? Let me see. I think as for cleaning things up, the other thing I like to do with my hostas is once the blooms are gone, which are very pretty, I don't like this look. So I'll come in, cut that as far back as you want to go, get rid of the dead. It just tidies things up, and throw these in your compost. That is another thing I do. I did notice, had a little bit of deer pressure on my white garden phlox. They've taken a few bites right here because I do like it. And I know you're thinking, why do you plant these things if you have to kind of manage it? Because they're so pretty, and I can manage it with just staying on top and spraying. And like I said, I don't mind a few buds going, but I don't want them taking it off. So anyhow,
show them the fence you put up over here.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the other day we were setting up on the deck.
Yeah.
Teresa,
in the past, it deterred deer. We had a lot of success in the past with adding fencing down on the riverbank.
So we put some extra little posts up and some netting.
We just happened to have a jumper.
Just walked around it.
Yeah, I mean, a jumper. It's interesting, because you see her in here every day. But like I said, she's not taking it all. Bee balm too. Oh my gosh, they don't like bee balm. So if you edge your garden with scents and smells and plants, and you can go to those lists, I'll try and put a list up of many of the plants, or I'll put them in the description of what you can be planting around your borders if you have that kind of pressure. But if you don't, you just get your liquid fence, and the rest of the day is going to be
those blooms on these hostas back here are just...
Yeah, those are new ones from these dark hostas, which I don't know the name of these hostas. They have all been given to me. I could probably look it up, but I haven't. But these are a nice, deep, dark purple. And hardier. Love it. That wasn't in bloom. I'm glad you noticed that, Reg.
Well, I don't get down here a lot,
I know. Reggie doesn't sit down here very often with me, but the rain has helped. We got so much rain that even in the driest shade that I have, which is right here by the willow, you can make a mud ball in the soil. It's so wet, which makes me very, very happy for all these plants. The fern forest, as Lisa calls it, has, risen up. So anyhow, I'm just going to be doing a little bit of primping. The last thing I do will spray, because the spray doesn't smell good.
You think?
Yeah, it doesn't smell good. Oh, the morning glories are in bloom on that pergola. It's climbing like I wanted it to. Yeah, look at these colors. That is lovely. Loving that deep, deep purple. You can see purple and red. The crocosmia, oh my gosh. Just lovely. Oh, Jim's red and yellow daylily in the back. Yeah, I call it Jim's red and yellow because it's my neighbor. Jim gave me this one. Yay, they didn't find that. But I will come through and get rid of these spent blooms. It'll make me happy. You can see now, yeah. Beautiful. Love all the things that are coming up. My cleome, that's reseeding. I like anything that reseeds too, as you know that. But I will come in do a little deadheading, and that's all that's happening this week that I can think of. Outside of all the kids will be here. It'll be fun. The family, 4th of July week, you know, it's always a lot of fun when you have family. So that's gardening on the West Fork, taking care of a little bit of gardening chores, but not a lot, and trying to manage the deer in the backyard. So thanks for watching. We'll see you the next time. Bye.